Sick and tired of your love-hate relationship with wine?
Welcome to the Feel It Alcohol Free podcast. Hi, I'm Coach Ruby Williams.
And I'm Coach Susan Larkin.
We're two former wine lovers turned alcohol freedom coaches, exposing the lies about alcohol.
And giving you, our listeners, the tools to break free so you can feel lit.
And when you're lit, you'll feel healthier, freer, and more in control of your life.
So relax, kick back, and get ready to feel lit alcohol free.
Join us for Dry January with Feel Lit 21. Press your reset button and discover how to feel healthier and freer.
What's in it for you? Every day we bring you actionable advice, heartfelt support, a caring community, and the inspiration you need.
The truth is, it's about progress, not perfection. What if your goal is 21 out of 31 days dry in January? There's no failure, only exploring and learning, and this is what you want, right?
Your alcohol-free adventure starts here. Click the link in the show notes to join us. Hello, welcome back. It's our New Year's Eve episode. Woo!
Happy New Year's Eve!
Happy New Year! Oh my gosh, and it's our final episode of season 1 of our podcast. Oh my gosh. This has been such a wonderful year doing this podcast every week with you, Ruby. And it's been such a spark of joy in my life. Yeah, and to just connect with people and to just promote the idea that living an alcohol-free life can be and is lit, and to encourage others. I don't know. It's been probably my favorite thing of 2024. And
Me too. And I love on New Year's Eve, like the end of the year, just like thinking back, what was your 2024 like, and just reflecting on what you want to do for 2025.
Yeah. Where are you right now? Yeah. Taking a moment on New Year's Eve to just get quiet, get with yourself, and kind of just get with your heart space and just find out really what's there. Like, the gratitude for the things that you're grateful for the year. And then what's next? What's next for you for 2025? I can't believe 2025. That's insane. Oh my gosh.
It sounds like a sci-fi movie number, right? Like, do you remember when in 1984 was sci-fi, and then it's just crazy. 2025. Shouldn't we be flying cars? And
like the Jetsons. I guess we do have like automatic little Roombas that go around and vacuum your house, and
that's
ring lights and and Teslas and self-driving cars, even though they're not totally popular yet.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. So as usual, we have a listener's question that we are going to answer. And this week's question is about Dry January, which is a super popular thing. If you haven't heard of it, most people have, where people take a break in the month of January from drinking as kind of a fun experiment. And people all over the world do it. So it can be kind of exciting to join that movement. But this question is very interesting. And so I'll just read it and then we'll go about answering it, Ruby and I. So the question from the listener is, I love the concept of Dry January, but I'm afraid I can't do a full 30, 31 in January days alcohol free. I usually get to day 4 or the weekend and end up drinking again. What if I fail again?
I really relate to that. Yeah. And I just want to start with, I really relate to this listener's question. And I couldn't get past a day, actually. That's where I was. But I want to just start with like this, because I think Dry January, it's such a great concept. First of all, we make these like New Year's resolutions. I think that's kind of where it came from. It's the time where people go, okay, I want to make a change in my life. And maybe you've also come up with the fact that it's alcohol that's holding you back. I really, really thought that. So I just looked up. It actually started, this is a global movement that started in 2013.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. And it encourages folks to ditch alcohol for the month of January, to reset your bodies and minds after the holiday indulgence, right? I used to drink a lot during the holidays. If you listen to our last few episodes where we talked about Thanksgiving and Christmas but people report better health and mental clarity and weight loss and sleep, and you look better, increased energy. So there's so many positive benefits. So what I want to talk about is my story, because my story actually involved taking a break like this. It was January 1st, 2019, and I got a text from my cousin, and she's like, I'm going to do this, take a break from alcohol program. And I hadn't really thought this was a movement. That was the first time I had heard about any of this. I thought I was so alone, trying to figure this out all on my own and making rules and breaking them and not able to really get a day one, like I just said. It's just always, I'll do it tomorrow. I just want to have this one glass of wine tonight to relieve stress. I'll start again tomorrow. You can say tomorrow for 10 years and then you've never made a change in your life. So what was really cool, and why I want to bring this up, and Susan's going to talk about it too, but I didn't do a full 30 days. So I really relate to this question, because I drank the first week, but I was aware. Like, I started to be just aware of like my drinking and asking questions and why am I drinking? And then I was able in the middle of January to get about 14 days in a row. And to me, that was like this, you're not seeing, but big, huge, mind blowing. Like, I felt so much better after 2 weeks. Like, it was crazy how much better I felt. Even after 2 weeks, you don't even need necessarily a full 30 days to start to feel better. And I ended up drinking again. And then I had a few more days alcohol free, and I drank again. So the rest of the month kind of went back and forth, and that's okay. But I think it was just knowing that this was what I wanted. Like, I wanted to now figure this out. Like, I didn't feel cured or anything after the, dry January, but it was like the first step to self-compassion and the first step to knowing what I really wanted to feel like. Yeah. What about your story, Susan?
What I love about that is because the impetus to keep going is because of how good you felt. And that's what we talk about on the Feel It podcast, is that how do we feel good in our alcohol-free life? Like, feeling good is the goal, right? And not be deprived. And well, my story starts, I was a gray area drinker. I had done dry Januaries for 30 days and been fine for the whole 31 days. I then, drank February 1st or whatever.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
But it was really interesting because I don't know, I'm thinking maybe the first time I did it was 2017, and like the whole family was in on it. And then 2018, I did it again. And it was interesting because the second time was harder, which is interesting. Without like doing anything else during the year, you know what I mean? And like, just, coming to January and like everybody's doing it again. And I don't know why it was harder, maybe because I've already progressed that year further down the trajectory, as we talk about, further down the train tracks, further down, and alcohol use disorder shifted over to where it was even more ingrained. So then when I really decided to make a change with my drinking, I did a 21-day program. And gosh, I remember at the beginning of that being just like, oh my gosh, I don't know, this is going to be hard. I don't know if I could do 21 days. Like, I get it. 21 days, any amount of days can seem like a lot. It can seem daunting. I think the thing that helped me with that was community, having other people, having communication with others who are going through the same thing. We talked a lot about mocktails. It was fun. Like, there was a fun aspect to it that helped. And I actually went 40 days. I didn't stop at the 21. I just kept going. And then that was the beginning of my year-long exploration, where I was continuing to learn a little bit about alcohol, continuing to do 30 days, continuing to try to moderate and go back to drinking, until the next year, June 2020, when I took the leap to completely stop. But I'd had a lot of experience in 2019 of taking breaks, of drinking, seeing how I felt when I didn't drink so much better, seeing how then when COVID hit and I started drinking again more regularly, like for about 2 months, I saw how bad I felt. And it was really about the feeling, like that I just saw the contrast. No, I don't want to live my life feeling like this. I want to feel like this. That helped me take the leap. So I love that both our stories are about, like, we wanted to feel good.
Yeah.
And at some point, I woke up, like I think I've shared before. I woke up and I was like, oh, well, who cares? I feel like crap. But, it was sort of like, I could just I can keep going down this road. I could keep going down the road of being a gray area drinking, not drinking, going on that merry-go-round, on and off for years. But I felt so bad. And I just thought, well, who cares? And then I went, wait a minute, I care.
Yeah, I love that when you go, I care about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an exercise that can help people kind of figure out, how to find the right time? Like, is the time now? Like this fork in the road? Yeah.
Well, I think right now is a pivotal time. And, last week in the episode, we talked about taking the leap.
Yes.
You have an opportunity to jump off that train that's only going one direction to a bridge that's out or a brick wall. It only goes one direction. So in another year, if you keep drinking, maybe it will be harder to do a dry January like it was for me. Every year, is it going to be harder? So I'd love to do this exercise. It's sort of a visualization exercise, just to take a quick moment. And you can do this with us, of course, if you're driving. Do not close your eyes. In fact, maybe, and we'll put the timestamp for this exercise in the show notes. Maybe, if you're walking, etc., listen to the exercise, but maybe take a moment to go back and do this exercise, just sitting in a quiet room. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to walk you through this just brief exercise and maybe do a little journaling afterwards of what comes up for you. So yeah, I just want to take a quick moment just to get comfortable. And if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, of course, once again, if you're driving, obviously don't do that. And I want to start with 2x breath. And 2x breath is where you breathe into the count of 4 and you breathe out to the count of 8, or 3 and 6, whichever is more comfortable for you. So I'm going to do 4. So just breathe into the count of 4 and breathe out. You can breathe out like pursing your lips and just sort of blowing to the count of 8. You can just open your mouth and let the breath fall out. Let's just do it one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just breathe normally. Continue to breathe as we're doing the exercise. And I just want you to get in touch with your senses. Just feel your butt in your seat. If you're sitting, feel your legs. If you're standing, feel your feet. And if you're sitting or standing, feel your feet connecting with the ground. And just ground yourself in this space and time right now. And even if your eyes are closed, check in with your sense of sight. And what do you see? You may see little squiggle lines. You may just see black. Sometimes with my eyes closed, I see a little red. Yeah, and just check in with your sight. Check in with your hearing. This is an exercise called Come to Your Senses. What is the furthest away sound you can hear? And then what is the closest sound you can hear? Maybe my voice, maybe your own breath. Remember to keep breathing. Sometimes we hold our breath. Maybe check in with your sense of smell. Is there a sense of smell in your space? Taste in your mouth? The toothpaste? Or maybe what you just ate? And then when you feel comfortable, what I want you to do is just think of yourself standing at the fork of the road. I always think of that poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, or the book The Road Less Traveled by, I think it's Stephen Peck. And just think about yourself standing here, and there's 2 roads, one to the left and one to the right. And first I want you to concentrate on the road to the left, which is the familiar road, the road that you're already on. You can continue on that road. So in a year from now, where will you be at this time? 1 year later? How will you feel in your body? What do you think your health will look like? What do you think your relationships will look like? Next year, we'll be stepping into 2026. How do you think you're going to feel if you continue drinking? How you feel in your body? How you feel in your mind about yourself? How do you feel about yourself right now? Even thinking about just like I felt, like who cares? Just keep on doing what I'm doing. I don't know what else to do. Then I want you to take a deep breath. Deep cleansing breath. Let it out. And then I want you to turn your attention to the road less traveled. The road where we don't know where it's going. It's an adventure, right? Yeah. If you choose to leap and take a different road, what does that look like? What does that feel like? You may feel nervous or excited, but what do you think if you make just one tiny step, one tiny baby step in that direction of change? What do you think your life will look or feel like in 1 month? Maybe you won't be perfect. Like Ruby, I like to say, we like to talk about this on the podcast all the time. We say progress, not perfection. I like to also say persistence, not perfection. Right? How you feel joining others who are making a positive, healthy choice to change their drinking. How might you feel in 3 months, in 6 months? How will you feel this time next year? How might it impact your relationships, especially with yourself? How do you want to feel in 2025? Can you just take a moment to be with your heart space? Like, what would your feeling-based goal be? Like both Ruby and I talked about in our stories, I wanted to feel alive. Ruby knew that she felt better when she wasn't drinking, and that kept her going on trying and persisting and saying, I want this change. I want to feel better. Yeah. We weren't perfect. Neither of us were perfect. Yeah. It's not about perfection.
It's not about perfection. Yeah. And I have a really fun drawing that I did. If you can watch the YouTube channel, you'll see the drawing, but I'll describe it. You've been going along a path. So picture from the bottom of the page, drawing a squiggle line up with a circle and a star with 2 roads, the fork in the road going to the left and the right. So it kind of looks like, again, like, what does this look like to you? I don't know.
It looks like a map with a little star saying, you are here.
Yeah, you are here.
And
you are here, which means you can make a decision.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter how you got here. We all have our own stories, and that's okay. The point is, and especially as coaches, Susan and I are coaches, it's not your past. We don't focus on our past so much. It's you are here now. You are on the map where the star is now. But what are you going to do? And this is a time to make a decision. And I love January 1st for a decision. But what trips people up oftentimes is they have this like New Year's resolution concept, and then they fail on day 4 or 3, like our question from our listener. And it's not about failure. I can't say that enough, that it is about experimenting, trying things out, getting curious and aware with self-compassion. Yeah. So, okay, you have maybe the cycle of you drink every 3 or 4 days. Okay, but now you're going to do it differently, where you have more compassion for yourself and just starting to ask questions. Why did I do that? What's going on? So you can make 2025 your year with all of those feeling-based goals that Susan, write them down, whether it's you want to feel, I'm going to share with you my client, Beth, what she found happened. Okay, this is real from... Okay, I made up her name. It's a different client.
I was like,
but
whoa.
this is real information though. At 1 month, so what I do with clients oftentimes, I'll be like, hey, what are you feeling now at 1 month alcohol free? Yeah. And then when I work with them, okay, now what do you feel at 2 months? So at 1 month, she said, improved sleep, clarity of her mind. She started just feeling overall better, less bloating, and she had much brighter eyes. I hated and I love when people take a before and after picture, it's always in the eyes, right, Susan? Like the eyes are all of a sudden like just bright and white, and I love it. Then I asked her, well, okay, at 2 months, we're at 60 days alcohol free. I said, okay, let's do the list again. She said, way less anxiety, fewer headaches, because she was prone to headaches, which we now realize were caused by alcohol, and increased energy. And then at 3 months, she said, oh my gosh, I'm losing weight. Just automatically, I started losing weight. She's exercising in the mornings, which is something she's always wanted to do. But when you're drinking every day, you don't end up exercising in the morning, or many people, right? She's living the life with consistent sleep. The migraines are gone. That was crazy. And she's just looking younger. And most importantly, she's connecting with her kids and husband. Like that was huge for her. Yeah. So if you're having trouble figuring out what your emotion-based goal is, or even visualizing in Susan's exercise, like that future version of you, I have a special gift to give you. Here we go. So, you want to feel your best. And you also know that going all in on yourself will get you there. So just picture this. Your alarm goes off and you don't have to hit snooze. And you jump out of bed and you walk over to the bathroom mirror and you look at yourself in the mirror and you give yourself a high five because you're so proud of yourself. There's so much possibility today. Instead of waking and feeling anxious or with headaches, you now wake up energized, ready to go outside. You want to feel the sun on your face or hear the birds sing, and you just smile because you get to create your mornings. And you did it. You're living alive. You're living alcohol free. You're feeling lit. You're feeling healthy. And it's because you went all in on yourself. So having alcohol just small and irrelevant in your life is what you want, right? Yeah. So what we created is our Feel Lit 21 program. So we took the concepts of my 30-day program, but I got 2 weeks, 3 weeks alcohol free within there, and Susan's 21-day program. We want it to be about not perfection, not I used willpower and white knuckled and got 30 days. Yeah, people could do that, but this is about compassion first. And it's okay. The listener who had the cycles again, it's okay to join our program and be afraid of that and still join the program and still go all in with curiosity. So yeah, Susan, and also our program's going to be fun. My first word for everything is fun, F-U-N. Fun. We even have a Feel It bingo card, but tell us more, Susan, what's the Feel It way?
Yeah, what's the Feel It way? Well, as you said, we focus on self-compassion, grace, and feeling lit. Like our guest, Martha, mentioned when we had her on the pod, we want to give our brain a better offer. We don't want to leave a void. Our brain doesn't like a void. So we want to fill it with practices that feel good in our bodies, full of play, noticing nature, all the things we talk about on our pod that help us to feel lit. So that is going to be the focus, really, of the program.
And now I'm just going to explain exactly what's in the program. So again, it's called Feel It 21. And it's 21 days of daily emails with audio coaching in the emails. And we're going to go deep dives into daily insights, motivational audio coaching, and it'll keep you inspired and on track. And twice weekly, we're going to have coaching calls on Zoom starting January 10th. So everything does start January 1st for Dry January, but for the first 9 days, it's in our Facebook community. And this is where you start to build community with like-minded people. It's a safe place, judgment-free, fun, okay? You get to connect. So the opposite of addiction is connection. It's supportive community. Susan and I are going to be in there with everyone else, and we can answer your questions. You're going to get expert advice from us. So a lot's happening in Facebook, but we're also doing this on Zoom, and we will have the schedule for you. And if you can't make it live, it's recorded. And so it's going to have step-by-step guidance, self-care recommendations, tips and strategies and resources. And it's only $47.
Yeah.
Okay? For all of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Live coaching calls twice a week for 3 weeks. pretty amazing. And we're super excited because we want to be in person to meet you, to be with you, to offer some coaching and to make it really accessible. And what I also wanted to say is if you want to start January 1st and be alcohol free, go for it. Like you may be like, dude, I'm ready to jump off. I'm ready now. And I want to be alcohol free. I want to go all in. And that's great too. That's why we start on the 1st. But on the 21st, we all want to leap together.
On the 10th.
On the 10th for 21 days. We want to leap together. The 10th is a Friday, y'all.
Yes.
Woo! And that's the first call. So I'll be doing that first call on Friday. So we're going to have a kickoff call, or, that'll be the first coaching call that Friday. I know it can seem really daunting. Like, oh my gosh, Friday is going to be the first day I don't drink. Yeah. You're going to get through that first weekend and feel like a complete badass. And when you go off into the next week, you'll be like, I already got a weekend under my belt. It's going to be amazing.
And you can be alcohol free for any amount of time and still join us because it's going to be fun. Like I said, like a Feel It bingo card. We also have a coloring journal for the month of January. And just every day, we have been working on our schedule and it's so fun. We have something every day, like an exercise or a podcast episode. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I just hope you'll join. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I'd love is even if you are alcohol free, we can always go deeper. We can always connect and have more resources. What I would also love is for people to invite a friend. Like so many times we say, we tell people about our experience being alcohol free and people go, oh yeah, I should do that. Or I'd love to do that. This is a super accessible way to invite a friend and do the program with them, even if you're already alcohol free. And to bring a friend in and have them just sort of experience your lit life with you.
And Susan, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to just do this. If you invite a friend, you get to come on our Feel It 21 program for half off. How about that? Yeah. You'll get a half off. So invite your whole family. Like you said, get your whole family in on it. Remember, Susan, you said that.
Yeah, I'm just going to invite my family. I'm not sure if they'll join, but we'll see.
Me too. Let's get everyone in there. Yeah. Maybe your grandkids or your kids, like anybody. This is a way to learn too. Just learn about alcohol. And even if so I want to talk about it's not progress. I mean, it's not perfection, but progress. Like if you get 0 days alcohol free, and you're still learning and getting more in tune with yourself and awareness, that's a success. If you get 2 days, I love the concept of 5 out of 7 days alcohol free. Hey, maybe you give yourself a break in a couple times a week, and that's okay because you can learn from that.
Right. You see the contrast, which is what I had talked about when I made my decision. I saw the big contrast of many, many alcohol-free months. And then when I started drinking again, I thought, oh, God, I feel terrible. And sometimes that contrast, you're just retraining your brain. You're teaching your brain about alcohol. You're teaching your brain new things like, ooh, this is how it feels not to drink, and challenging our thoughts and beliefs that we have around alcohol, which we'll have journal questions. Just so much fun.
Yeah, we're going to have fun. And we're going to be
challenges.
And we're going to be in the Facebook group going live. We're calling them pop-ups. So that won't have the schedule, but it'll be more pop-ups. Or maybe we'll create a schedule. We'll see. But we'll answer your questions. We'll be in there. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
It's going to be so fun.
I'm
especially excited about the live part, the live coaching or coaching or just gathering. I just love to be with people live. That's my favorite thing is doing live Zoom calls. So this is a super accessible, super fun, pretty reasonable, the cost of a couple bottles of wine.
Really reasonable,
really
Susan.
Reasonable.
Hello.
I know, it's beyond reasonable.
Yeah.
Super excited. Yeah, we hope that you join us. Get the whole family in.
Maybe you have a book club and it's all about the wine. Well, maybe you just say, hey, book club friends, I'm going to try this dry January. Do you want to do it with me?
Yeah.
We'd
love to see you. You could do it. I love the book club idea, Ruby. And sometimes 21 days is just less daunting. So people, can join between January 1st and January 10th when we start. So we have this on-ramp period where it's an on-ramp. And when I did the 21-day program, I wished I'd had that. I wished I'd had a time to just sort of observe my drinking, to see why I drank. We're going to have lots of different prompts just in the Facebook group to be like, to just sort of think about your drinking while you're still drinking and observe and then take the lead.
Yeah.
And 21 days can seem a lot more accessible for people where they're like, okay, like I didn't do dry January for so many years because my anniversary is January 6th. And so it was always like, well, I don't want to do dry January because I wanted to have, champagne or whatever on my anniversary.
Yeah.
And so
because
now
it was
it's like,
all
well,
or
don't worry about
nothing.
it.
Because it
Yes.
was all or nothing.
Yes.
So if you know you're going to drink on January 6th, or any of you, if you know your anniversary is on January 25th, and you still haven't figured out, how to wrap your brain around not drinking, say, on a really special day, that's okay in our program.
Yeah.
That is okay. We also, it's okay if you already are alcohol free or know you want to stop on January 1st. That's okay. Like you can absolutely we love it. 31 days alcohol free. That's great too.
Yeah.
Or take this on ramp, like Susan said, take this time to it's 9 days of being aware, curious, and building that self-compassion muscle. So I'm so excited about our program. Can you tell? Like it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. So you can find the link in the show notes. If you're on either of our email lists, you'll be getting emails with links. We're going to be putting things in Facebook, on regular Facebook, in our Facebook group. If you're in our group already, if you want to join our group, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to find the information. I would love it if you would send the link to a friend and go, hey, do this 21-day dry January with me. It's really fun. These two gals, crazy gals, Susan and Ruby. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the time of the program when we ask each other or our guests. And today I'm going to be asking Ruby, what do you do or what have you been doing lately to feel lit?
I am so excited to share this one because I do this all the time. It's called a dance party in the kitchen or a dance party in the living room. It really, really makes me feel so good to just turn on. Okay, here's my songs. I love ABBA. It makes me happy. I bought the album on iTunes and I'll pick one of those songs and I'll just they're short songs, 2-3 minutes. You dance around the living room, dance around the kitchen, and maybe I raise my hands in the air and get a little excited, and it just really boosts my mood quickly, especially if I start to feel like I'm, maybe overwhelmed, or especially around the holidays, and then, if I'm feeling like we call it going below 50%, like if I'm feeling maybe sad or overwhelmed or some other feeling, and I want to just boost my mood quickly, dance party. If you're watching the video on YouTube, I am doing my dance party moves.
I look like a dork, but yeah. I love it. I remember dancing in the kitchen, and my husband walked into the kitchen and was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, yeah, it's great. I call it the 1-minute dance party when I talk to clients. I'm like, they say, move a muscle, change a thought. Just you can shake, but shake your booty,
shake
just
your booty.
Jump around, do some jumping jacks. But yeah, music and moving your body are such a great way to change your mood. I have a happy playlist that I just can put on, and it's a lot of R&B stuff and songs that just make you feel happy, and
belt it out, sing it, move your body anyway. No one's looking. Dance like no one's looking, because no one is. Or maybe
your husband. Caught by your husband.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Or I dance with my dog too. He knows when I'm doing this, because all of a sudden his eyes light up, my dog, and he runs over to me, and then he jumps up on me, and I hold his paws, and I dance with him.
Oh
and
my gosh, that's so cute.
It's really cute.
So cute. I know young children love it too. Like if mom's dancing in the kitchen, that's just silly and fun. And they love to get silly. So if
just
you have
be silly and
kids,
fun. So we will be doing dance parties in January for sure.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the list.
All right, good.
All right. What a fun episode. So join the Feel It 21 program. I really want to see you there. We want to see you there.
It's going to be so fun. Don't miss out. Yay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh my gosh. Yes. Bye.
Join us for Dry January with Feel Lit 21. Press your reset button and discover how to feel healthier and freer.
What's in it for you? Every day we bring you actionable advice, heartfelt support, a caring community, and the inspiration you need.
The truth is, it's about progress, not perfection. What if your goal is 21 out of 31 days dry in January? There's no failure, only exploring and learning, and this is what you want, right?
Your alcohol-free adventure starts here. Click the link in the show notes to join us.
Thanks so much for listening to Feel Lit Alcohol Free Podcast. Do you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show?
All you need to do is head over to Apple Podcasts and do two simple things. Leave a rating and review telling us what you think of the show. And in that review, ask us any questions you have about breaking free from wine or living an alcohol-free lifestyle.
That's it. Then tune in to hear your question answered live.
And remember, do something today that will help you feel lit.